come to order. Please rise for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the village board meeting of May 13th, 2024. Roll call, please. Stacy.
Here.
Terry.
Here.
Strauss. Gardner.
Here.
Giannotti.
Here.
Okay. Village clerk's report. Oh, first, approval of the minutes of last month's meeting. Would someone like to make a motion to approve those minutes if there's no changes?
Make the motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call. Stacy.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Giannotti.
Abstain.
Is that enough, or do I have to?
It's minutes, but you can vote.
Yes.
President Meyer.
Village clerk's report.
Total tax income received in the month of April, $214,895.05. That's all I have.
Alrighty. Before we go into recognition of audience, I would like to, we have a vacancy for a village trustee. So we're considering Dave Weisbond. He's been on Plan Commission for the past 2 years. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the appointment of Dave Weisbond as village trustee?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Giannotti.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Okay, we have come up and we're going to swear you in. I forgot the sheet, so. Uh-oh.
Memory?
I got it.
Yeah, by memory.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, David Weisbond,
I, David Weisbond,
having been appointed to the position of village trustee
having been appointed to the position of village trustee
in the village of Beecher
in the village of Beecher
in the county of Will,
in the county of Will,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of trustee to the best of my ability.
of the position of trustee to the best of my ability.
That's all that's for you. And if you would be so good as to come up here for your,
I would be so good. Thanks.
yeah, congratulations, I think. I think. All right. All right, would anyone in the audience wish to address the board?
Oh. I didn't know if he was an agenda item or whatever.
No, he's not, yeah.
Okay, my name is Mike. I own the small liquor store in town. And some of you know me, I'm there for 5.5 years. And I'm asking for gaming license, if village willing to. And my only business coming from South, 45%, Indiana, Grand Park, and all farmer. And any question or anything, I'll be willing to work with you
Okay.
and see what we can do.
Now, I know I met with you guys previously, so I've talked to a lot of the board members about this, and, oh, we have business plan? So I know there were a couple of different options that you had talked about. One was opening up next door, having a gaming cafe. One was machines actually in the liquor store, which, I mean, our liquor and gaming ordinances require food. So I'm not sure what you had decided upon, or what, you know, if you want to let us know what exactly you're.
We're gonna have something like small oven, air fryer and stuff like that. Whatever we can suitable something, we can present one thing and some of them inside the packet today, right? Yeah, so you guys can look it over and see what we change, any changes we need to change.
So, hi, my name is Maggie, and I work with Excel Entertainment. We provide the video gaming slot machines, and we have partnered with them to hopefully provide them with machines. And in the business plan that we presented, I know when initially met with you, President, that the options were in that storage area, which would be an entrance from the liquor store into there, or into the, kind of inside the liquor store. Was there a preference discussed by the board, which direction they would like to go?
No.
Okay, so we have the two options. So in the packet on the first option, it's attached to the business model, the business plan, and it shows in there how we would carve out a door just adjacent to the counter, and that would be the entrance into that extended,
That storage.
that storage
kind of
area.
That storage
Yeah,
area.
and obviously it would be cleaned up. So we did kind of a rendering of before and after within that storage area. Clearly that would accommodate a little bit more space than rearranging the liquor shelving in the liquor store. So it would make it more of a gaming area, gaming room, not necessarily a gaming parlor, but a gaming room. As far as having consumption on premise, obviously that is something that they would need. They're not looking for a full liquor license. The intent is not to have a bar. It's mostly because of the state, as you know, you have to have at the minimum beer or wine, and that would be what their preference would be anyways, because they don't want to be a bar, they don't want to be, have that liability of excessive liquor and all that kind of stuff. They just want to be able to accommodate the law and provide the beer and wine. And then if there's a necessity for any type of food, they would be able to have, like either a, like air fryer or one of those convection ovens where they could do small bites, different type of things like paninis or small pizzas or finger food, things like that. So that's the intent. In the second attachment are options if it were that the board decided they would prefer it to be in the liquor store. There's several different options for it. The one that, we saved the best for last, and that's the one that they're more interested in, that would make the most sense, would be the very last one. It would be the partitions. And those are, they're not permanent, but they are affixed to the ground, so they're not movable at all. And there would be obviously an opening there where they would go in, and the entrance to that would be directly within, you know how you're standing behind the counter? He's anticipating at that back wall.
Okay.
Okay, so
To
the
the
entrance
south.
to that would, the entrance to that would be immediately in there. I know that these were prepared previously, and I apologize we don't have copies. But if you take a look at this one, this is the one where you'll see where the store is now, and that's the counter. And that would, if it had to be in the store, that would be anticipate what they would do with the half walls. So I'll just kind of walk this around, and if there's any questions in the meantime. So this is where the counter, and there's,
Okay,
So he
gotcha.
put
So
it
you're
in this
coming
corner.
in here, yeah.
yeah, so it'd be easy access, definitely in the line of sight of the counter. So there's the counter, the entrance, and then there'd be entrance there.
Okay.
I'm sure you're interested. So does we kind of have everything there for you. Is there anybody that has any questions on anything? I know it's something new to the community by having it in a non-traditional establishment. What we've experienced is that the clientele that is brought to those type of establishment are older retired people that like to get up in the morning, not go to a bar or restaurant, like to have a cup of coffee, go in there, play a few games, and then be on their way.
So you would still have to serve food regardless.
Yes.
So even if you had it inside the liquor store, there would have to be food served because that's our ordinance.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
I know this doesn't look very big, but regardless of any of these. And we talked before, so we don't have a liquor license right now that would accommodate this. Sorry, I'm thinking as we go
No, you're good.
as to how that would work. We also have a concern, we're really not interested in opening up gaming to retail all over town. So that was another thing, and I think I talked to you guys about that, when you came in to meet with me. typically lately, we've been approving gaming parlors or gaming cafes based on food and what they can kind of bring to the community. I understand this is a completely different scenario, you've been here for a while, so I understand this is slightly different. But, you know, I already talked to you guys about those concerns. The reason I wanted you to come before the board is because then everybody can ask you questions
Sure.
here, and you can kind of go through it all at once. There's no vote because it was not on the agenda. I wasn't 100% sure if you'd be in. I
Okay.
also, there isn't enough information to vote on tonight anyway, so I didn't want to force that.
Sure.
But I wanted to have a chance where you guys are here, where everybody that has questions or concerns can kind of bring it up, and you don't have to wait for me to run back and forth between everybody. I felt it was fairer to you to do it this way, so. I will open it up to the trustees. What kind of questions do you guys have of this? What kind of concerns do you have?
So there's no plan on there being a kitchen then, it would just be more of a counter service, is what you guys are planning on as far as food?
Right, it wouldn't be big enough to have a kitchen.
If it's in the other space, that, you know, there's room for, you know.
Like a walk-up
yeah,
counter.
Like a walk-up counter, and
Yeah, because I mean, that's kind of where the vulnerability comes in with the gas stations, because the gas stations technically serve
Yep.
food.
And to be honest, on our agenda tonight is we're updating the gaming and liquor ordinances, which is gonna happen after this. And there's nothing really changing. We're gonna eliminate one thing out of the gaming that was not enforceable. It just said that you had to have a license for 3 months before you could get gaming. Gaming comes from the state, we can't control that anyway.
Right.
But what we did do is make the match between liquor and gaming had two different wording as far as the type of food. We had them clean it up to where they both match. So it basically has a kitchen area, washing stations, etc. Now, it has a whole stack of kitchen equipment here, but we do have one, you know, Elsie's is coming in, they have a commercial air fryer. They do have a kitchen area, they're gonna have a sink, but it's an air fryer instead of ovens, so.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're looking to do too, is not necessarily, because then if you get the oven, then you have to worry about the hood and all the other things that
Exactly,
have to
you've
come
got
with
fire
it, yeah.
suppression, yeah,
Yeah,
everything
and
else you need.
that's a big expense and just a lot of, so the air fryer and thing.
But we do, and I don't wanna speak for everybody else as far as I'm concerned, we are looking at more than just having somebody with a pizza turntable and,
No, right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
That's not, that has been brought to us before and, you know, that's kind of a no. So, other questions? And that's kind of where I stand,
Yeah.
but, you know.
Yeah.
I know poor Dave just got on here tonight, so.
Oh, no pressure, Dave.
6.
Machines,
Yeah.
what was that for the question?
Yeah, how many machines? 6.
Plus the redemption,
Right, yeah.
like the 18.
So I think in the, not having it in the store, having it in that extra, that addition would accommodate everything that you're really interested in, because they could build out the counter where they could have the sink and the
Kitchen space.
kitchen space and everything to do. And I think it was more of light bites, not just pizza, but like type of appetizer things that could be accommodated in an air fryer, like mozzarella sticks or pizza puffs or, you know,
Wings and
panini and
those
wings and things of that nature where it's just air fried. And those are very easy and quick, like to serve the patrons that are there.
Okay. And I mean, of course, you won't get an answer tonight, but
No,
at least
true.
everybody's got a copy of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any more questions for them? No?
Any concerns?
And you've already heard mine, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
repeat that, but, and then license-wise, like I said, that's something I have to kind of spin around in my head, because, we're not gonna do,
Do you have a beer and wine only license?
we don't have any open licenses at the moment. The
Okay.
board would have to vote to approve a new license.
Okay.
But with yours, in this case, so we have gone on record saying we will not allow, well, yeah, but one is retail. We have Waltz that does retail, and then we have Tony's that serves. It's two different businesses. That's the part I have to make sure we have, where we're treating everyone the same.
Sure, oh, absolutely, yeah.
We've gone on record saying we're not gonna have 2 liquor licenses in one building. This is technically 2 liquor licenses, but it's not service. So right now, we have Tony's Pizza over there, they have a pour license, but Waltz just serves retail. So
Okay.
if you had retail in one spot and then you're serving drinks in another, or we come up with a different license that, yeah, I'm not sure about all that yet. Again,
Yeah,
trying to be careful how we do it so that it's not opening up so that literally every business in town can throw gaming machines in, is
Sure.
basically what we're, you know.
But it's
just-
real, it's, excuse me,
No, you're
it's not really creating a new, I mean, I guess it is creating a new liquor license, but he already has one, but it just needs to be changed from the off-premise to a combination license.
Well, it would be an additional. It wouldn't just be a change, it would be an additional, because he's a merchant.
Okay.
So he would have to have an additional license to serve.
What grade license does he have now?
Package only.
Package only?
Yeah.
So like an A license?
An A license would include everything,
Yeah. If it
not
was,
just beer and wine.
right.
And then he could choose, oh, sorry, whether serving, just leave it to beer and wine and,
But that includes packaged goods that can be sold plus a pour license, et cetera.
okay, so that would meet his needs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then that would take up that license for a restaurant that might need one.
Right. Yeah. All right. To be, we
To be
have,
continued.
to be continued, yeah. We
So-
have to think about that.
Would we get on an agenda? So should we, the next step be getting on an agenda?
The next
or-
step would be getting on an agenda.
Okay.
And what I can do is afterwards, I'll look these plans over in greater detail.
Sure.
So that if I have questions, everybody has a chance to look at them a little
Yes.
more. And that way, if they do have questions, we can put them all together. I can either meet with you or I can call you, we can
Sure.
go over that so that you're prepared for that. Because
Absolutely.
if you go into that storage area, you've gotta have drawings, you've gotta have
Right.
plans, so that stuff would have to, if you're gonna get approved, that stuff has to be included.
Absolutely, yeah. And then we can also work on a menu, a
That
sample
is,
menu.
that is very important.
Yeah, then we can work on a sample menu that, depending on what the options would be and stuff like that. That way we can work together to figure out exactly what you're comfortable with serving and not get way in over your head with all different type of options.
Yeah, we are open, but we oversighted to do,
Yeah,
and also requirement of the village.
Exactly.
We're not
Yeah.
stepping on anybody's toe or anything. And we can take time, next meeting or whatever, you
Right.
guys ready,
Okay.
you guys
Yeah.
call us, hey, you guys can come in. You can come in, next meeting or following meeting.
yeah, whatever works best for you for the agenda and stuff, and then that way gives you time, in the
Yeah.
event it's more in that space, we can work with someone for a plan.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're actually not, we're not making that motion yet, but we're not gonna be meeting again until June anyway because
Okay.
of the way Memorial Day
Oh,
falls. So,
right, okay. Yeah, and we wouldn't be ready by then anyway, like with plans and stuff, because I'm
Right.
thinking that room would probably be more suitable for everything that's being requested.
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Okay.
So
okay.
should we just come to the next meeting or
No,
will we
I'll,
wait to hear
no.
from
I'll
you?
go call the village clerk to get you.
Call, yeah, and you can call my number or you
Okay.
can send me an email, my email address is on the website.
Yes.
You can do that and then I can,
Get us on then, yeah.
we can talk back and forth.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
All right, thank you very
All
much
right.
for your
Yeah,
time.
thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
appreciate it, congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thanks, have a good one. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Have a good night.
Under my report, there is a list somewhere in your packet, past the minutes, of the annual appointments. And I'm gonna ask for someone to make a motion to make all these appointments at once, with the exception of EMA. That's something we're gonna discuss under public safety. So if someone would make a motion to authorize appointing everything on this list, with the exception of EMA, I would appreciate it.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Westman,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Okay, we have some proclamations. So in recognition of 2024 National Police Week, we have a proclamation. National Police Week is May 12th through 18th, 2024. Whereas Congress and the President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. And whereas our law enforcement members unceasingly provide a vital public service which is essential in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of Beecher. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement agency. And that our law enforcement members recognize their duty to serve the community while also protecting life and property. Now therefore, I, Marcy Meyer, President of the Village of Beecher, Will County, Illinois, do hereby proclaim May 12th through 18th, 2024 as National Police Week in the Village of Beecher. I further call upon citizens of the Village of Beecher to observe Wednesday, May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service or have become disabled in the performance of duty. Let us recognize and pay respect to the survivors of our fallen heroes. In witness whereof, I am hereunto set my hand and affix the seal of the Village of Beecher this 13th day of May, 2024. That is the first proclamation. All right, also we are recognizing National Public Works Week. So we have a proclamation for National Public Works Week, May 19th through 25th, 2024. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the Village of Beecher. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens of the Village of Beecher to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their community. Now therefore, I, Marcy Meyer, President of the Village of Beecher, Will County, Illinois, do hereby designate the week of May 19th through 2024 as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to pay tribute to our public works professionals and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our health, safety, and advancing quality of life for all.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Matt, thank you.
All right, also in your packet, I feel like I'm Public Works tonight. We have two ordinances. So the first ordinance amends and replaces sections of Village Code pertaining to liquor licenses. And as I told the lady and the two gentlemen that came in, what we were trying to do is clean up terminology. There was information regarding food service, and it was completely different from one to the next. Yet you need one license in order to get the other. So we asked our attorney to make it so that both of those read identically as far as what is required for food service in order to get either a gaming or liquor license. And we also removed, there was a section in the gaming ordinance where you had to be in business for I think 3 months before you could apply for a gaming license. You know, we have no control over that. Once you have a liquor license, they go to the state, and you know, it was just something that was silly to even be in there. But this ordinance was adopted back when gaming first was implemented, and none of us really knew how that was going to work. So, would someone like to make a motion to approve the ordinance amending and replacing sections of Village Code pertaining to liquor licenses?
I'll make a motion.
Pardon? Oh,
I'll make a
sorry.
motion.
That is 1406. You made the motion? There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Giannotti,
Yes.
Weissman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
And then if someone would make a motion approving ordinance number 1407, which replaces and amends sections of Village Code pertaining to gaming licenses.
Motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weissman,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Okay. Reports of village commissions. 4th of July Commission.
I wasn't there.
Okay, well, I was. And we actually, I'll just give them the words.
Sorry.
That's all right. So they did not have a quorum to be able to conduct business. So they needed 7 and there were only 6. So couldn't approve minutes or really do anything. They kind of just went over, made sure the dates were correct. You know, they handed out budgets. I gave them a list of vendors that were coming, so they are researching, having some entertainment. They're looking at one of these axe throwers for entertainment, so they're looking at the price for that. So that's about all there is. There is another meeting coming up, which I will let you know about because it's in my phone. So that concludes my report. Youth Commission,
I'll handle that one again.
thank you.
May 1st, Buddies hosted the BYC's Dine-In Night where 20% of sales were donated back to the commission. I'm happy to report $1,700 was raised. Thank you to Buddies and everyone that came out and supported the event. BYC's next event will be the kickoff of summer on June 1st at Fireman's Park from 1 to 4 p.m. There will be bounce houses, face painting, yard games, and other fun events for kids. Lions Club will be providing hot dogs and chips as well. The next meeting will be tomorrow night, May 14th at 7:30 p.m. here at Village Hall. That concludes
What's the date
our-
for the event?
For the June 1st.
All right, Historic Preservation Commission, Trustee Gardner again.
All right, thank you. Our next meeting will be this Wednesday, the 15th at 6 p.m. We'll be arriving early at 5 p.m. to work on preparing and planting our flower pots and beds, weather permitting. Planning for the day on the Dixie continues, and details for the event on June 22nd will be released soon. That concludes my report.
All right, Finance Administration Committee, I will give a report. Trustee Kraus is not here. So in your packet, we have the treasurer's report and
So the April month-end balance for the village accounts, $7,830,933.38. The April month-end for the commission accounts, $224,181.40. The total combined, $8,055,114.78. The April month end in general, $1,266,806.15. The April commission and non-AP payments totaled $473,331.24. Nothing out of the ordinary in that. And if no one has any questions, that would end my report.
all right. Can we have a motion to approve the treasurer's report? There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion. Roll call.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Weissbaum,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Okay, the variance reports for last month are enclosed in your packet. And then for this month's bills, the total bills come to $107,975.59. So would someone please make a motion to approve the amount of bills at $107,975.59?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weissbaum,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
And then 2 weeks from now, it will be Memorial Day observed on that Monday. So if someone would make a motion to cancel the May 27th meeting, we will meet again the second Monday in June.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, roll call.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Weissbaum,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
All right, public buildings and properties, parks and recreation, trustee Giannotti.
Boy, talk now. So I did get a chance to talk to Jim, so we were thinking, I think me and you had talked a little bit, probably trying for like a Saturday morning. Probably be the best for everyone, right, as far as trustees are concerned. I don't think during the week, really. I know Roger's looking at me. But, one of the dates was like this Saturday. I know the permit got granted on Friday, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Permit granted on Friday, so I don't know, obviously, now it's a little bit of a short notice to do this weekend. Was there any other, was there like anybody got a date in mind? Cause there'll be there's gonna be equipment out there, so, they were kinda chomping at the bit. I know the contractors are waiting to get out there and get stuff moving, so,
So is there gonna be equipment out there this week?
I don't know how, I haven't talked to him since
Might
Friday,
be,
so I can find out when they're gonna start getting stuff out there. He was gonna try to at least get either, if the permitting wasn't there, just get the excavator to get a bulldozer or something out there for the groundbreaking. But that was when we talked on Thursday and the permit hadn't been granted yet, so,
or, I mean, we could even do the following Saturday, the
the
25th.
yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, that's gonna be the holiday weekend.
Oh yeah, it's
No,
Memorial
no.
Day weekend.
Well, this week's the 18th.
And this weekend we got graduations too, with the high school's graduating
On,
Friday.
Friday,
oh, they graduate Friday now?
Friday night.
Well, if
I
we
would
did
do
it,
Saturday early in the morning.
yeah, if we did, I mean, we're not
Would
gonna
they
do
be
it in
able
the
to do it at
evening or
8?
anything, but, you know.
Do this Saturday at 8. I think that would work. Are you guys okay with that?
Pardon? Yeah, I don't know, we need the architects out there.
I had mentioned it to Jim so I could find out, do we tentatively wanna say the 18th and then make the first the backup?
Yeah, let's
Do the
tentatively
first
do it.
work for everyone as a backup? I mean, even if they started moving dirt and stuff, we
Right,
can
if they,
still,
because we talked about
we
that.
got
when we were here.
we got a long few weeks of them excavating and doing stuff, so I mean, it's not like it's gonna be, you know, the building's not gonna be up in the air.
Well, and the architect, when he was out here Friday, he even said at least a week. When he, remember, he says, oh, it's not gonna be this next week. You know,
Yeah, and I
he said
mean,
make it more than that, so.
Then you're gonna hit the holiday weekend, so really all they're gonna be doing out there is probably moving earth if they start. They're gonna be
I'd be
stripping.
surprised if they start at this point now,
Yeah.
with all this rain.
Well, you know, why don't we, I mean, we could shoot for the first.
Do you guys wanna say the first?
We do the first, because if they're
That's 9
already
o'clock,
moving along,
On the first 9 o'clock, the bike rodeo.
Bike rodeo.
oh my God.
So the 8th? 8 AM on the 8th?
Well,
The Saturday,
it'll already- it'll
the
already-
Saturday at 8 o'clock's looking.
Yeah, it is. We can't do 9 o'clock this Saturday?
Guess we could try it.
Huh?
We gotta be prompt.
What's going on?
I got stuff going on.
You do. Does anybody else have stuff going on?
I would,
Free.
like, towards,
Pardon?
if we could make it towards 8, it would be better for me.
8, all right. All right.
I hate to be
Jordan wants-
that person.
No, I'm that person.
I'm that, I kinda gotta be that person.
Runs in the name, Joe.
It is.
Let
Joe
me
Square-
talk,
Joe
so-
Squared has to have 8 o'clock.
So let me talk to Jim and see if they're available
See
to
if that's
do
possible.
8 AM. If
Saturday.
not, because like he said, they've got the hard hats and the shovels and,
You're not gonna be here this Saturday?
No, it's okay, you don't need me.
yeah, we do.
No, you don't.
It is kind of a police station ground.
Yeah, we
breaking.
kinda do.
All right,
So,
what was
let's
the
say-
issue with the 25th, besides for Joe Terry? What are you doing?
That's Memorial Day weekend.
This Memorial Day.
It's Memorial Day, so you're busy that 8 o'clock that morning?
Yes.
All right, is everybody else busy that weekend? I mean, we don't wanna do the groundbreaking, it's gonna be busy, and then the 8th is gonna be, you know, that's our concert day, and then we're gonna, we'll be doing a groundbreaking, you know, after it's built.
You guys tell me and I will make the phone call.
Why don't you ask Jim how he feels about, if it's possible to do it this Saturday at all? If
Okay.
not, then we're gonna have to shoot for the first, I think.
Shoot for the first.
Because otherwise Memorial Day weekend, everybody's busy, everybody being Joe Terry. Well, the first, then you're not there, chief?
The first, no, the first is the bike rodeo,
Yeah, what
Oh,
time?
that's our
9
bike.
o'clock. We could do 8 o'clock.
It's not gonna take long, I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's gonna be, it's a photo op. I
8
mean,
o'clock.
We could do it at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on the first?
Yeah,
Everyone be there by 7:30?
I'll be there at 8.
So we'll do the
This
first?
beauty doesn't happen just springing out of bed. so.
Yeah, we'll do 8 o'clock on the first then.
8 o'clock on the first.
Okay, so I will call Jim and I will get that set up.
All right, June 1st, 8 AM.
Got it, getting it now.
report?
That concludes my report.
All right. Planning, Building and Zoning Committee, trustee Gardner.
Right, building department monthly report is enclosed. The next PZC meeting is scheduled to be held on May 23rd at 7 p.m. And that concludes my report.
All right. Public Safety Committee, trustee Terry.
Thank you, Mayor. The police department's monthly report, along with the code enforcement monthly report, were enclosed for everybody to review. I'd like to consider a motion to adopt an ordinance amending and replacing Chapter 1 of Title 2 of the Village Code pertaining to the Emergency Service and Disaster Agency. This amends the ESDA to EMA.
So
I
you're
can
making,
make that motion.
okay, there's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, and that is actually, ordinance number 1408. There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weissman,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
And then as far as the next one, we always had the title of ESDA coordinator when it was ESDA. So what came up was we were discussing the fact that Bob acts as our EMA director now that it's EMA, so we wanted to formalize that and change the title to EMA director. So, does someone have a motion to appoint Bob Heim as EMA director?
Make the motion.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, roll call?
Giannotti,
Yes.
Weissman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Okay. And then EMA's monthly report is also enclosed. And then I'd like to consider a motion to approve the resolution adopting the Village of Beecher's Emergency Operation Plan. Right here, Director Hines put a lot of work towards that.
And that is 2024-03. So there is a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weissman,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2012 Ford Taurus EMA vehicle as surplus property. During the service visit, the mechanics indicated that the frame was severely starting to rust out. We would like to post that to be sold as is and starting bids at $1,000.
Was that your
I'd
motion?
like to make that motion.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Giannotti,
Yes.
Weissman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
And that concludes my report.
All right, Public Works Committee, trustee Stacy.
Thank you, Mayor. The sewer department's monthly report is enclosed. The Penfield Street Improvement Project update, I'll turn that over to Superintendent Connell.
So there was a sinkhole that has formed on top of the newly installed bridge or the culvert that was caused by a third-party contractor looking for their conduit line for the electrical lighting. They're currently deconstruction. Elman and Nelson, IPC are all in conversations of who's responsible for the charges on that. So my last conversation with IPC, which is the general contractor on the job, was either way, get it fixed, you guys figure out who's gonna pay for it later, just so we can keep our project moving. So they have the railroad flagger permit back in their hand. Once they get this situation figured out with the bridge, then they'll be coming in and paving everything. They did do the 600 block of Gould, which turned out extremely nice. If anybody hasn't been up there, take a ride up there. It turned out very well. They'll be doing all of the striping at the end, including the 600 block when they do the rest of Penfield and whatnot. So that's where we're at with it right now. Penfield will probably won't be paved with its surface layer, probably for at least another 3 to 4 weeks would be my guess. So hopefully right before the 4th of July it should be done. So that's all I got.
Thank you very much, ma'am. IDOT motor fuel tax, MFT documentation review, a copy of the IDOT documentation review number 63 covering the receipt and disbursement of motor fuel tax funds by the village for a period beginning January 1st, 2019 and ending December 31st, 2023 is attached for your review. Consider a motion to approve a proposal from Baxter and Woodman to assist village staff with 2024 NPDES MS4 program permitting requirements in the amount not to exceed $6,700. Municipalities are required to develop and implement and enforce a stormwater management program that reduces the discharge of pollutants from the storm sewer system. A copy of the proposal is attached. I will make that motion to consider a proposal from Baxter Woodman to assist the village staff with the 2024 NPDES MS4 program permitting requirements and an amount not to exceed $6,700.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weisman,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Alrighty. Economic Development Community Relations Committee, trustee Giannotti.
Oh, yeah. So summer concert series update, as far as I know, I saw a couple emails from Todd, looks like everything's on track, food set up. I believe the beer and wine vendors came in to get their,
Not that I'm aware of.
is planning on coming in to get all their stuff settled out for that.
Unless he's given it to Patty when I wasn't around, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, I'll have to talk to him, but, food is set, I believe they're gonna use one of the dates for a fundraiser for the boys and girls soccer team for the high school, and then the other 2 dates are gonna be done by, Happy Life in, from Beecher, so, that's all set to go, all the bands have been booked, and that's all set up. And I believe Jeanette was, did you finish up the flyer, or working on the flyer?
I sent it out and asked for comments and never got a response from anybody.
Oops. So I missed an so I missed another email,
This line up in there. Was the line up in there?
yeah, so I
I
missed
took
an
it and I
email.
put it up, it's on the website
Okay.
as it is, so.
I must have missed an email,
I didn't see it.
sorry.
I picked the banners up today from Gipple Graphics.
So they got approved.
I know where 3 of them are to go. I don't know where the other 3 are supposed to go, so if anybody after the meeting
Yeah.
can meet with me and let me know, we'll get them up this week, but I just need to know. But we'll talk about it.
Backstops for the baseball fields,
Yeah, okay.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, looks like we're all systems go for that, so. See, I'm as informed as everyone else. And that concludes my report.
Just wait to see what it's gonna be like after skipping a meeting, you're coming back after 4 weeks. Alright, any old business to come before the board?
Mayor, since there's not gonna be another meeting in, May, so the bike rodeo is gonna be held on June 1st, and since they're all gonna be at the groundbreaking ceremony anyway, it'd be great if we could use you all at the rodeo to put you in good use. Takes about 1 hour.
Since we'll be all been
Yeah,
bananas.
you'll all be, have coffee and you'll be ready to.
And there'll be donuts.
Oh, yeah, there's like, there's donuts.
Cops aren't about to be donuts there too.
Alright. Yes,
Sorry,
I
Joe.
just want everybody in the packet with EMA, I put a new training schedule in there. It's pretty aggressive for us, and it's gonna be Will County wide. So we'll take a look at it, it's kind of a new training for us, so you see what we're gonna be involved in next year training.
thank you. Alright, can we have a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of personnel? There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, roll call.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Weisman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.